Outwardly, I seem different. I don't know about all Aspies, but my body language lies about my true feelings. I think that Aspies have much deeper feelings of hate or love or whatever feelings we have at the time. Um, I think that when people think that body language is so important, body language or tone of voice or whatever, I think that is extremely shallow. Thinking that a outward sign can be equal to an emotion or a belief and everything non-physical put together. You can say, oh, well, there's this physical look or body language or whatever, and you can accurately say that, oh yeah, that's exactly the same as a belief or whatever. I think that is extremely shallow. It's like thinking, oh yeah, well, I read the whole book when I just looked at you know, the part on the book where it gives you a short, you know, what the book's about, whatever they call that. It's really shallow. I can't believe how shallow neurotypicals are. And I think that's one of the major points with neurotypicals and Aspies. It's, a lot of the shallowness of thought, shallowness of emotion, shallowness of lots of things, actually. And when an neurotypical looks at us, they may sometimes misjudge. Um, I believe that we're more real in a lot of ways because the neurotypical, they always copy off each other. The women always want to do the same thing as each other. The neurotypical women. I'm not talking about the Asperger's women, but the neurotypical women. A lot of the time, not all of them. I, a lot of them, but not all. They all like to see what the latest thing is. Like a bunch of sheep, they all go, oh well, ooh, what's my favorite celebrity? And they all want to, do whatever that celebrity's doing, whether it's some diet she's on or wearing whatever. They all want to be like sheep copying off that person. Whereas the eccentric Asperger's woman is more herself, not some fake. And males are the same. A lot of the males copy off each other. The normal male people, neurotypicals, they all copy off each other, and that's a fake. The Asperger's men, who are themselves eccentric, that's more real. And like I said, you can't judge body language because all that the neurotypical average men do is just copy off each other like a bunch of sheep. And that is cowardly. That is weakness. Having to copy off each other because they're too scared that they may not fit in or whatever. Too scared to be themselves. Too scared to have an opinion that is different than everyone else's. Or maybe it's a lot of things. Maybe they're too scared to disagree. Maybe they're too stupid to have their own opinion. It's really ridiculous. What was I up to? Yeah, we're more real in many ways. What's with all the games and deceptions that neurotypicals go on with? Whether it's games and deceptions in, just average life where they're talking to their friends or anyone else, or whether it's a relationship thing, the neurotypicals, they play all these F-wit games and deceptions that are seemingly pointless. I don't understand why they have to go on with all of that crap. Why can't they just be honest? Make things a lot easier. The world would be a lot better if people were just honest. Instead of all the games and deceptions and, thinking, oh, well, is it this? Is it that? Blah, blah, blah. It's so ridiculous. It's really annoying. Why do people pretend all the time? Like, they lie. I remember growing up and wondering why my friends would always make up pointless stories and lies. Like, one of my friends, I remember this one lie, and he said to me, "Oh, my friend works for such and such a company," and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool." I didn't care. I'm not, I don't really get impressed easily. Good for him. I think that working for, you know, whatever your job is, you know, you could be a good person having that job, or you could be an evil person having that job. What's the difference? The job doesn't matter. It's what the I honestly believe this. It's what how good the person is one of the main points, because they could lose their job tomorrow, you know. So the job doesn't fucking matter at all. It's how good the people are most of the time that matters a whole lot more. Because, you know, anyway, the point, I was going off on a tangent. The point is, um, yeah, my friend's cousin didn't even work for that company anyway. And it's like, okay, I found out later, you know, a few weeks later or whatever, that he didn't work for that company. And I thought, okay, well, why lie about it? What's the point? I wasn't impressed anyway. You didn't gain anything. What's the point of a pointless lie? It's just, I really don't understand that. I never have understood that. You know, it's just a pointless lie. And I believed it because I had no reason to think that someone would lie. I didn't used to make up pointless stories like that. And I don't. And I still don't. Unless, I allow someone, and if I was to make up a silly story, I'd let the person know that I was joking or whatever. I see no point in making up a pointless story. And I didn't even know about these pointless stories until, you know, I heard them so many times from my friends and everything. I was so gullible until, I was a lot more gullible than what I am now, and naive until I was actually I actually realized that so many people did this pointlessly. And what have we got here? Until I realized that people lie a great deal of the time and pointlessly so. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, I really don't understand a lot of the neurotypical stuff that they go on with, you know, copying off each other and just lying and deception and so many games they do. I'm not saying that I don't lie, but I do it a lot less than the average neurotypical person does. I just don't understand why you'd make up pointless lies and you gain nothing. And yeah, I always preferred people that were a bit so-called different, a bit quirky, a bit eccentric. Um, you know, the steadfast tin soldier. There's a few different interpretations of each part of it, of that. But one of them is, the steadfast tin soldier was looking at the ballerina, and he thought that she only had one leg, just like him, like a disability, whether it was physical or mental or whatever. Um, he saw that she had a disability, but she was still going good, or still, you know, giving it a go or whatever. It's hard to explain. And he thought, okay, well, that courage is really good and admirable, whatever. And and I don't know if any of you have seen, Game of Thrones, where there's that dwarven person, or whatever the, I'm not trying to be offensive, but that short person, small person, I don't want to use the wrong word, I don't know, I'm not trying to be mean, but anyway, whatever. And yeah, you know, he tried to help that person that fell from the high place and he broke his leg or whatever. Tried to help him by making a saddle, and he was trying to help that bastard son. And you know, he said that he always respected people that, you know, were a bit different from everyone else. I think it's because he was a short person, and he realized that he has a lot of intelligence and he can do things just as, and a lot better. Some things a lot better than the average person, and he realizes that somehow. It's really hard to explain. Um, yeah, it's like he sees that some people that have it tough in different ways, and he realizes that some people get very strong or get strength from different hardships or whatever. Yeah, it's very interesting. And it's got to do with the people being real. Being real. I reckon that's one of the major things is how real people are. Instead of just fake copying off each other, I always prefer, whether it's a friend or if it's a woman, I always prefer people that are themselves, real people, not fake people.